Okay, so I just wanted to do a little video on the EU regulations, as I think it's really important, and I think maybe people need a reminder about what's going on, because no one's really talking about it, no one's really doing anything about it, but it's really affecting you and it's really affecting your health, whether you know it or not. So I wrote a longer article in 2013 when all this went down, and I'll link to that below. But basically there was two sets of regulations that was brought in 2013 which have really damaged the health food industry and damaged our business and made it really hard for us to do our work. So one of them is the THMPD, which is the Traditional Herbal Medicines Products Directive, and that says that so much of the herbs that we were using that are commonly called superfoods are now illegal to use in the EU. And so it's much harder to get access to these things. We used to put them in our cakes and our chocolates and all these things because I believe these herbs can really have a massive benefit to our health. And a lot of times people aren't going to research it, and they're not going to take the capsules, and they're not going to make the smoothies and the superfood milks and all these things. So I just figured if you put it in a chocolate bar or a cake, everyone's going to eat chocolate, everyone's going to eat cake, and then they're getting the benefits of the herbs without even having to think about it. And actually cacao is a really good delivery system for the herbs because it's really high in magnesium, so it really helps get them into the body. So yeah, there's a lot of ones that we can't use, a lot of ones that we're forbidden from using, a lot of the ones that we're forbidden from selling, but really the one that's had the even bigger impact is the NCHR, which is the NHCR, which is the Natural Health Claims Regulation, which says that you can't say what anything is good for. So this happened in 2013. And I don't know if you're aware, but it was devastating. And actually, the more I look back, the more I think it was one of the most traumatic things that's happened to me in my life. I was really heartbroken. I cried for days actually, because I'd spent 10 years building this website up, probably over 10 years. Yeah, just a bit over 10 years building this website up, and it was a fantastic database of information. And we were never reckless about the claims we made. We never talked about curing cancer or AIDS or anything like that, but just the facts about what's well established about these herbs. Most of them have been used for thousands of years. Most of them have a lot of research behind them. There's things that we're putting up on the website now, and there's thousands of scientific studies, and we're not allowed to mention them at all because of the way the laws are constructed. So so we had all this information. It was a really good database about superfoods, and we had to take all of that down. At the time we didn't know how harsh they were going to be, so we had to be really careful and just take everything down that we thought could be construed as a claim to benefit. And yeah, it really is a form of oppression. It really is a form of censorship, because it's not like we can't it's not like there's a lot of research behind these things and what they do, but we're not allowed to even mention it. We're not even allowed to talk about the traditional usage or the scientific papers that have been published unless it's actually been approved by the EU body, who basically doesn't approve anything. They've approved like such a small amount of things. So it makes their work really hard, and it makes me really sad, because there's so many wonderful things that I would love to be sharing with you, and we're forbidden from doing that. And people need this so much. People could benefit from this so much, and it's much harder for you to find those solutions and find those benefits when it's more hidden. So there's nothing you can do really, but I just think it's awareness, and it's understanding the way the laws are being used to control us and limit us and restrict us and really deny us our health and our birthright, which is having access to all these amazing plants that the planet has to offer. So as I said, I'll link to the article, and you can maybe go away and do your own research on these two laws. But just be aware that there is a campaign against natural medicine by the authorities, and really the information we're given by the mainstream media is so limited as to what's really going on. and how much we're really being kept from the truth of things. So that's all really. Yeah, thank you for listening, and yeah, thanks. Bye.